Look at this freaking beefy boy. Yeah, they should have called in a crane. This thing is nuts. You're telling me we're gonna take all this out with just the rods? That's crazy, guys. This thing is massive. And a tight space. Crispy. 10 points for whoever guesses the species. What type of tree is it? Give you a good look at the leaves. I can give you guys a hint. It's an oak. What type of oak? We're gonna position this on top of the GRCS, but I just need you to run this other end around. Yep. And then, actually no, never mind. This one over there, get it to the other side with the on top of the GRCS, and then I'll try to swing this around. What do you think? Long enough to do a cow hitch, or are we doing timber?
What's this tape right here?
It was just fraying out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Nothing to worry about.
Probably gonna be a timber, my man.
Okay, do like a half wrap there and then just take it around as much as you can.
Okay.
Probably got it, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll just get this through there. Actually, you know what? I'll keep this, but we'll run the bull rope through there.
Okay.
Yeah. That way we're not having to swap later. Look at what we got today. Look at what we got today.
Yeah, I see that.
What a way to come back, huh?
You ever want to flop it?
Yeah, I was hoping for a crane.
Hey, is there any way I could have your Avant?
Here's a good tip if you're planning on rigging out really dead stuff like this. Take out the tips. Tips are the most likely to bust, especially if there's any kind of swing and this wants to smack on something. The tips are always going to break first and most likely break something. So let's take it down to the trunk, and at least you'll know it'll be hardier there, less likely chance of something breaking. We'll just do that for all of this. If you didn't guess, this is a northern red oak. These are not as sturdy as other oaks. They tend to break pretty easily. They peel pretty bad. Looks similar to pin oaks. But definitely the wood does not hold as strong as a pin oak. And oak wood, when it's dead, isn't that strong either. So I wouldn't trust this type of oak too much unless it's actually healthy and not compromised in any kind of way. But yeah, just a little tip there. Now we minimize the risk of this shattering and breaking something, and we continue with the setup. This is the levels of decay we talk about. When it's crispy, spongy like this, it breaks apart super easy. That's how you know it's been dead for a while. That's not something you want to be climbing on, because that's very compromised. I mean, this is oak. If I pull on this and I already attempted to, it's still sturdy enough just because it has enough holding wood. But like, look, just by rubbing on it, this wood's coming off. It's wet, all that moisture is breaking down the wood, becomes real spongy and just breaks apart super easy. It's not a good sign. You have that on the backside too. That's super spongy right there as well. Those are really weak points in the tree, and you can see there's still green on it, but the main lead, nothing but decay. It's slimy too. You can feel it's wet, just the wood breaking down, decaying. Train of thought for this, I'm thinking like this, like we had talked about when we deal with dead trees, we don't want too much of a swing factor. We don't want this going crazy. If I run from that block to there, I hinge this and I let it swing, what's going to happen is it's going to have that distance to travel all the way back to the trunk. It's going to shatter. It's going to make a lot more work for me having to cut out all the dead little stuff. So in order to mitigate something like that, we have this cool little technique. I have my central tie in there with the block, and I run it up a little higher over here, because what I'm gonna do is something we call span rigging. So I'm going to tie off the end here, the knot you use doesn't matter, just as long as it doesn't come loose. I prefer the running bow line. But what we're doing is we're creating a belly from here to the block, and what happens is we create kind of a path for this limb to travel over. So now we're going to use the span between those two places to guide this limb over to here, and it'll be a much more controlled swing. All we have to do, come over here, tip tie it, and grab one of our slings and attach it to the rope. Now the only thing about this, you need to have enough rope so it can lower, but with the GRCS we can notch it from down there, cut it a little bigger, guide it in with the drill and the winch, and once it's more towards the middle and it breaks, it should stabilize itself. and it'll be less of a shock load than just swinging it straight to the trunk and potentially having all this dead stuff break off. I'm still gonna cut it just to be safe, but this minimizes the amount of swing that we're gonna have, and I will show you guys that pretty soon. Told our groundsman to drill. He's gonna pre-tension just a little. We're gonna notch and back cut this to guide it over there where we want it to go, and he's gonna be controlling how much it falls by how much he takes with the drill. We'll go ahead and cut this and see what it does. We stop, we let our hinge do its work by holding it. You can drill it. Okay. And he'll drill it to kind of minimize the drop, so it'll go on its own now that we've cut it, but with a drill he'll decrease the distance that it has to travel. And there it is, stabilized right in the middle. As he lowers, it'll drop directly down to that gap that we have as well. This is another reason why I'm deciding to use this technique, mainly so our groundsman doesn't have to fight with having to take it off the roof or the deck. But yeah, a little jump. Obviously if he drilled faster it would have minimized the distance, but still nothing as crazy as dropping and then going straight into the trunk and shattering. So, and span rigging, not neat little trick. Give me a second. All right, pre-tension that a little bit. There's still a lot of slack up here. Yeah, you still got slack. Is the drill not wanting to go?
No, the battery defect. Just do it small by small.
Maybe with the hand crank. This shouldn't take too much.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out for that, because that's kind of pointless.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to go back, because I never had these problems with it before, so.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right, let's start lowering. I'm gonna try and guide it out. Give me a second, let me reposition. Gonna try to keep that brush out from out that backside. All right, let's keep it going. Oh shit, I see it. Hold on, don't loosen it no more. It's stuck on a twig here on the back. There we go. I'm gonna give you a moment to clean this up, okay?
Okay.
Here's probably something we don't normally talk about: efficiency. So I'm letting him clean up over there, our drop zone. And I came over here and just getting some of these dead tips. I mean, I'm in the bucket, so it's easy for me to do so. But I can make myself busy cutting all this smaller stuff, that which I would do anyways, while he's cutting and cleaning over there, throwing it out there, you know, and then continue to rig what we need over there. But it's the little things that save you time, and especially in the bucket it's easy to do this. I mean, when you're climbing, obviously you don't want to be wasting as much energy, but always trying to find something to do and not swamping your groundsmen with limbs. Try to be nice to them as much as they are nice to you. Check this out. I mean, I'm probably gonna take out this little section with my handsaw. I don't really trust it, and I'm wanting to rig out a little bit bigger on this, just so we're not wasting time cutting little chunks. So I'm gonna put it lower. I mean, this probably will hold. I'm like 95% sure, even though it looks really decayed. I wouldn't trust it any further up. There's a lot of impact, this could bust, but I think this is a good middle ground. The distance that it has to travel, the width, and the type of wood that this is, I feel like this is a good spot to put my sling, just, you know, notch, back cut back there, and then slowly raise this up to try to minimize the amount of movement that it makes. So we'll take care of this top part just to be safe, and he'll put tension on that once he's ready. There's these little things that get you. You don't think about it. You think trunk wood, you know, sturdy, and it's the things that'll catch up to you real quick. It's definitely got me in the past. People have gotten hurt, so even if it takes a second longer to cut stuff like this out, it's worth taking the time to do so, to minimize injuries or damage to property. And with a bucket, it's so easy. So why not, right? Always choose the safer route. Alright, now we're good.
I call names on that. Like, if I get another guy.
Let's raise that some more. Keep it going. That's good. I'll cut it. Oh, there it is. Good job. All right, there it goes. Do you feel that? Okay. Yeah, I was a little in between on it just because it looked pretty big.
Yeah, it didn't shock it at all.
Lowered not too bad though.
What's up?
Said it lowered pretty nice.
Yeah. That's kind of right gauging. It's just about perfect.
All right, whenever you're ready. This is probably going to be like a wrap, maybe half a wrap if that.
Yeah.
Just let it fold over though.
Yeah.
I don't want to drop it too prematurely. Okay, there goes. Those other guys busy?
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Got a dead 2-foot nub on the backside. That's what that butt end going onto.
Like, I'm gonna cut that lower limb, just stand clear, just so it doesn't get caught there. All right, let's see what that does. Shit. Let me guide that butt end so we're not have to fight over the roof. Just lower it with me, okay? Yeah, that's probably good. Cool. Good job.